Hello and welcome. I am Priestess Ishtah, and in today's session, we are going to do some therapy. I'm going to help you through 2 journal prompts where I'm inviting you to spend about 10 minutes of your time to just sit down and journal. Journaling is a great way for you to begin to express deep, hidden, untapped emotions, potentials, and power for yourself. So, will you join me on that journey today? Wonderful. What we're going to be covering in today's topic is healing the mother wounds. So healing and focusing on that trauma from your mama. I do have extended questions that I will be offering to you. It's available in my shop. Follow the link in the description. But of those up to about 10 questions I have available, I selected the top 2 that I felt would really help us in today's video. So your first question, which will be on the screen in just a moment, we're going to spend up to 4, maybe 5 minutes just freestyle writing. There's no format here. I don't have any requirements for you to just do anything besides write and heal. So your first question is going to be, what positive lessons has your mother taught you? So I want you to take a moment. We're going to start there before we go over to question number 2. I want you to have 2 things to write with. If you have a pencil, a pen, great. If you're going to do this digitally, that's also super cool. And I'm going to be using my little personal journal here, and I'm going to just write freestyle. Okay. And again, your question is, what positive lessons has your mother taught you in your life? What are some positive lessons your mom has taught you? Let the timer start about now. Take a few minutes. Okay, so I am going to actually just kind of transition at this point to the next question. I've just about filled up my page, and you can of course go back and write a little bit more on this topic and on this question, or at this point you can kind of pause in the video and continue to write and express. I do want to share some of the things that I wrote, and I would love for you to share some of the things that you've written in the comments. A few things that I wrote about my mom. First off, I will share also a blog post that I wrote about my mom. It is on a lot of the things that she's taught me from her being an Aries woman, growing up in Brooklyn, New York. So there's a lot of valuable lessons that she shared with me. But some of those positive lessons was to love everyone equally, never start trouble, but finish it. I know that sounds like kind of funny, but to always extend love equally. It doesn't matter what someone looks like. She never taught me to be a bully. She's always taught me to stand up to bullies and to never, she always says, my mom's still here, but she always says, you never know what someone else has and what they don't have, or who will give you the last glass of water, which is something that her mother, my grandma, said to me. So I really love those principles. It's really helped me to cultivate acceptance to all types of people and just give love to everyone. So I'm curious to know what are some of the things that your mother taught you, some of those positive lessons. So let's transition into our second question before we wrap up for this session. Okay, question number 2. We are going to, this takes a little bit of a turn. All right, so what negative, you guessed right. What negative lessons has your mother taught you? Now, this is an interesting one, all right? You might have to dig a little deep, and I want you to be honest with yourself. And we're not going to beat up our moms, but these could be things that we've seen them do either directly or indirectly to us or to others. For those of you who have trauma from your mama and you didn't have necessarily the best relationship with your mother, this is the opportunity for you to kind of touch on the shadow aspect of the lessons that your mom has taught you. And for others who had a wonderful relationship with their mother, still does, still rocking strong, this is an area for you to kind of pull back that mask and make sure that you're being authentic and seeing your mother for who she actually is, and that is a human being. Okay, so let's let the timer start now. Wow. All right. It was a little bit tasking, and I'll let you finish your thought. I'm so sorry. Okay. You done with your thought? No. It was a little tasking at first, I would say, for myself, because I felt like I had to think about something. But then once that pen started moving, I was like, yeah, and then I didn't like my mom. So, no, but what I want to say is I found funny, and I'm curious if you found this interesting or found this connection for yourself. But a lot of the positive lessons my mother taught me, or a lot of the positive lessons that my mom instilled within me that I had wrote about on the positive side, I saw that, wow, on the areas where the lessons that I feel she might have handed on to me negatively, I'm noticing that there's a mirror there, that I have this thing that I wish that she displayed more. So I'm curious to know if you found a similar mirroring effect or connection or correlation in your negative to positive lessons learned from your mom figures that have appeared in your life. I would love to invite you to spend more time here. Don't stop. This is just an introduction to the shadow work that we can do when we're healing the trauma from our mama, when we're healing those mother wounds. In addition, don't forget, there is an interactive workbook that is available for you. All you have to do is head over to my description. The link is there for you. That interactive workbook has an extensive amount of questions for you. You can spend one day at a time working through each question as we did today. This way you can really dive in deep to your therapy and your healing. Thank you for spending the time that you did with me today. And until next time, I'm out.